So we're going to be discussing the Baha'i faith. Baha'i? Baha'i faith. Baha'i. Baha'i. Baha'i? It's the Baha'i faith. Let me give you a bit of a history and background of the Baha'i faith. The Baha'i faith began to take its present form in 1844 in Iran. It grew out of the Shiite branch of the Muslim faith. The faith was proclaimed by a young Iranian who called himself the Bab. He said that a messenger would soon arrive from God who would be the latest in a line of prophets including Moses, Muhammad and Jesus Christ. The idea of progressive revelation is of central significance for the Baha'i faith. The Bab and his followers were persecuted by the Muslim hierarchy, and the Bab was eventually executed because his teachings contradicted a central post of Islamic faith, that Muhammad was the final prophet. Although the finality of Muhammad's revelation is universally accepted by Muslims, some Baha'i scholars suggest that this belief is based on a particular interpretation of Quranic verses and that a different interpretation is possible. In 1852, one of the Bab's persecuted followers had a revelation in prison that he was the prophet that the Bab had proclaimed. He called himself Baha'u'llah, meaning the glory of God. So as usual, what do they teach? It's broken down to three onenesses: the oneness of God, the oneness of religion, and the oneness of humanity. First of all, the oneness of God. The Baha'i faith holds to a monotheistic view of God, that he is a transcendent, omniscient, and omnipotent God, and that he is the God of the Bible and of the Quran. The second main teaching is oneness of religion. Now, the Baha'i movement teaches that the messages of God is still being progressively revealed to the world today through his messengers and prophets, and that all these religions originate from the same God, ranging from Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, and other divine literature. And the third main one is the oneness of humanity. Again, the Baha'i movement teaches that all people are equal in the sight of God and that there should be an elimination of racial prejudice, also teaching that humanity's priority should be to the human race and that having these discussions will be a significant step in the disputes between countries and ultimately ending war. Now, I want to share with you why this worldview does not fit with the biblical narrative. What the Baha'i faith tries to push is a unification in the diversity of mankind, with a hopeful outcome of world peace. Sounds good, right? Sounds like, why would anyone disagree with that idea? It would bring us all together in peace and harmony. Yeah, that's not going to work. There are different standards that we would establish as truth from different religions, which is already in and of itself going to be something that causes division just within the literature that each religion possesses. The fact that we already disagree with the messengers that have been sent to give the divine word from God shows a clash within the divine revelation that's been shared. We've also got to look at the ideology of world peace that the Baha'i movement pushes, that there should be gender equality, which we would agree with to an extent, and also peace among the nations with pushing one God, one religion, and one world order to hopefully eliminate any cause of division. But here's what the Bible has to say. Matthew chapter 10 verse 34 says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come not to send peace, but a sword." And in Luke's account it says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, no, but rather division." Just in these passages here, we can see that the agenda of the Baha'i movement differs from the standard that Jesus has already given us. However, though, there is a peace that the Bible talks about. John chapter 14 verse 27. "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world gives, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." So what's this peace that the world is trying to advertise? That our character and behavior should align with subjective morals that is catered more to the feelings of people rather than to the standards of God. There's also this unity that is heavily pushed by this Baha'i movement to unite religion, professing that the God of all the divinely written books is the same God. Again, wrong. Let me just share a little bit about the unity that the Bible talks about. John chapter 17 verse 20 to 21 says, "Prayer is not for them alone. I pray also for those who will believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one, Father, just as you are in me and I am in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me." So what does this mean? Let's go into Ephesians chapter 4, which can help us to understand what the unity is of the Spirit. Starting from verses 3 to 6, it says, "Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace, there is one body, one Spirit, even as you are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God, and our Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all." The Bible here actually talks about being one accord with the Spirit of God. But the Spirit that we possess, the Holy Spirit, is not the same spirit that other books talk about. Here's my point. Though it sounds good to the ears and maybe pleasing to the soul, the fact of the matter is, holiness has a standard that elevates above our subjective reasoning. And we really need to learn the difference to what's right to what's almost right. Learn to be careful and to be aware. Be diligent. Most of all, be blessed.